Abbas Gullet, Secretary General, Kenya Red Cross, is joining us online. Good morning, sir. Please bring us up to speed with what you have seen or have heard as well from other of your officials around the area in Mpeketoni.
Yeah, good morning, Sophia. I just want to say that I'm actually in Nairobi, but I've been in touch with my staff on the ground. I've been there since the early hours of morning, and what they can now confirm so far is, unfortunately, 34 people have lost their lives. There has been destruction to properties, 2 banks, KCB and Equity, that were destroyed, a hotel called Breeze and another hotel, and a number of vehicles outside the police station, inside the police station, and in many other areas. So unfortunately, this is the situation, but now I think the security forces are combing the area to find out if there are more dead people or injured people. But 34 bodies are now at the Mpeketoni District Hospital, and hopefully are waiting for the government then to handle them and maybe give them back to the loved ones.
All right, the Kenya Red Cross officials that are currently on the ground, what exactly are they now doing as we speak?
Well, what they've been doing is to work closely with authorities on the ground, and hopefully we are also sending about dead bodies or body bags that can be used to then put the bodies as they are before they hand it over to their loved ones. And at the same time, I think the longer term here would be, these are communities now traumatized, so they will need counseling, psychosocial support, and mental health assistance. But also with people who have lost properties and lost loved ones, it's just going to be difficult just to see, to help if there are any other bodies to be recovered.
All right. Talk to us as well, maybe about the first responders, those who got there first. What is it they say they saw? What was it like, the first people to arrive at the scene? Hello?
Sophia, as you would expect, you will see not very good sight. What they have seen is people killed, they have seen dead bodies, they have seen property destroyed, they have seen wanton destruction, which is sad. But this is what you would always normally see when you get to the scene. But you also see now people in grief, people in mourning, and people who are very sad for having lost loved ones. The people who were just watching football last night in one of these places, from what we are told. And, people are just going about their business. For someone to come and attack them with grenades and with other weapons is just very, very sad.
All right. And what about the location where this happened in terms of accessibility for your teams, logistics as well to getting help and assistance there? What do you know about that?
There's no problem with access, because this is in Mpeketoni town. There is a good infrastructure of roads, even if it is Maram Road. So there is no problem with because it's right in town. The attack took place in facilities that were within the Mpeketoni town, and this is the banks and the police and these hotels are all within distance to reach. So there's no problem with access. So unless in the interior, this is what is now being checked to see if there was further destruction inside in terms of ordinary people in their homes.
We understand that the shootings began at about 8:30 p.m. going on into midnight. What are your officials saying about the time?
Well, Sophia, the time is something that we should not be even wasting time on, because it has happened. Now is what do we learn from this, and how do we move from here to help people? But yes, it went quite late to the night, and there was exchange of fire between our security forces and the attackers, whoever they were, the terrorists. But now we have to deal with aftermath of this, and I'm sure the security forces in their own time will also have to check on how did this happen and where this thought came from and all that, because there were rumors to say that speculation that they used 2 matatus, and those matatus were then blown up on the road in order to block the road. So I know of this morning the Kenya security forces had cleared the road of the 2 trucks or matatus that were burned.
All right. Just again, a clarification. You say your officials are telling you they have been counted 34 bodies?
Yeah, what my staff have seen on the ground is 34 have counted. There were 4 at the 30 in the boat. Capacity to check 10, but this is what now the bodies are being brought to location, and before then they can be, I'm sure, assessed, and for them then to be released to their loved ones.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. talking to us this morning. Abbas Gullet, Secretary General, Kenya Red Cross, talking to us about what the Kenya Red Cross personnel who are on the ground have been able to report. They're counting 34 bodies, and this, of course, coming after the Inspector General did give an update of about 27. So we'll continue to watch this and just see how this goes. Unfortunately, that number expected to rise, but of course, a lot of commentaries have been coming through that it is the Al-Shabaab that are behind this. But just to emphasize, there has not been any responsibility being claimed by Al-Shabaab themselves. A story we are continuing to watch for you and follow for you this morning and bring you those developments. You've been able to see some of the pictures, lots of property as well destroyed, and we spoke to our Ferdinand as well, Mundi, earlier, who talked to us about that. Violence and shootings and attacks have been gone as far as 10 kilometers from Mpeketoni town itself, which is in Lamu County. So this was night of death in that part in terms of the number of people that were killed, and 50 is what we're hearing was at least the number of gunmen who are yet to be identified. And as we also spoke earlier to Fadi, he told us of military choppers that are now circling that particular part of the coastal region, and which we're discussing with Benji and Ambrose this morning. And as far as the response time, Benji, you saying they're there now, but the attackers
have melted away,
have already disappeared.